And feel free during any part of this, if you have questions, I might not see you raise your hand. So just unmute and ask the question. You're not going to make me mad by interrupting or anything, right? I'd rather answer the questions while we're on that topic. So feel free to do that. Okay, so let's go through this. So the Gorge pitch. So this is your complete guide to applying, competing, and winning in the Mid-Columbia Region's Premier Entrepreneur Showcase. This is year number 4 that the pitch competition is in existence. It's gotten better and bigger every year, which I've been a little bit of a part of, and I'm super proud to say that. I think it's very well run, and we're getting more and more attention from around the state, so that's good news. All right, so what is a PitchFest? So it's sort of this place where you can showcase your business, not only for judges who are going to be judging the competition, but also for people in the audience, right? Because what it does is it exposes you and your business to a lot more people that maybe don't know about your business. So of course, the most important element is that you get chosen as one of the 5 finalists, and then you get up and you do a presentation that lasts, I think, what did we decide on? 7 minutes, Jacob? We're doing 7 minutes. So 7-minute presentation that you do with a PowerPoint or, pitch deck, whatever. And then the judges, there'll be 4 judges, and they will be asking you questions based on your presentation. Okay. So this has really helped the Gorge a lot. Like I said, we've gotten a lot more people from around the state paying attention, and so that's a super good thing. All right, so the application process. How many of you, feel free to unmute and let us know, how many of you have already applied, put in your application? Nobody? Okay. All right, so your business has to be registered in either Hood River, Wasco, Sherman, Klickitat, or Skamania counties. All right. So that's one of the first criteria. If you're not registered, if you're registered in Portland, you don't qualify. So that's going to be the first one. This is for pre-venture early stage startups. And so you need to have a business idea. You need to have your business registered. You don't necessarily need to have a prototype yet, but you do need to have the idea, the name, the registration, and so forth. So this is not for somebody that just has an idea that they want to run past a bunch of people, okay? You're not going to be, your application would be a waste of time because you're not going to have a chance at being one of the finalists. So, let me just change something here. Okay. In your application, you will be able to outline your idea, your product and service, who the target market is, and your growth strategy, right? The deadline to submit your application is going to be April 17th. You'll be notified, the finalists get notified on May 1st that they have been chosen to be one of the finalists. When that happens, well, let's go back to this. So what they're looking for, innovation. So they want a unique product or service, right? A business model that kind of stands out in the market. There needs to be potential growth and good market opportunity. It needs to be viable. So you need to have a well-defined target market backed by a solid business plan. And then this is the thing that's unique about the Gorge pitch competition. They're looking for whether or not you're going to have an impact in your local area. So that means, are you creating jobs? Are you creating services or products that help people specifically in your community? Are you providing a service? Yeah, so you want to consider what impact you might have in your area because that's going to get you farther along in the evaluation process. Okay, so the people who are going to be judging are experts in their field. So some of them are serial entrepreneurs themselves, so they've had numerous businesses. Um, some are community leaders, some are investors, and some are former winners of the pitch competition. So you have a little bit of a variety, and they're going to be evaluating your presentation and your idea. So there's going to be 5 finalists, and the top prize is going to be $10,000. It is cash. So, but the good news is, even if you don't win top prize, first place, everybody still wins some money. So it kind of goes down. So 10,000 for the top prize. And then, Jacob, is the split the same as it was last year? So it was
It
like 10,000, 6,000, or
it'll be
3,000?
dependent on total scholarships or sponsorships that come in. So
Okay,
it's
great.
usually it'll be or the goal would be around half for the second, and but we scale it appropriately. If we get a couple of huge sponsorships that come in, the top prize might go up,
Mm-hmm.
and then scale it down like that. But guaranteed at least 10,000 for first place.
Yeah. Okay, good. So everybody's going to win some money. So this is not a futile effort, right? Um, if you're chosen as one of the 5 finalists, you are going to get one-on-one coaching with me. So I have pretty much really polished the world of pitching, and I'm here to teach you guys how to get your message across in a very succinct manner that's easy for somebody that's not in your industry to understand, and to share your vision, um, and try to get people interested enough that they're voting for you, because there is one prize that is the audience favorite. So you're not just speaking to the judges. There is going to be a chance for the audience to vote for their favorite, right? And so the way that this is going to work is, if you are chosen as a finalist, they let you know May 1st. Then you start working with me. So we set a one-on-one individually. I go through your business with you. I show you the outline that you want to follow. I show you some programs that you can use to easily make your presentation, and some tips of, what you want to talk about. Then you go and work on your presentation, and we meet again about a week later, and you practice pitch on me, and then I help you fine tune it. Okay. So that's some of what you have to look forward to if you're chosen as one of the finalists. I should also say that I am an advisor with the Small Business Development Center out there in the Gorge. We're connected to the Columbia Gorge Community College, and we offer no cost advising to all businesses. So even if you aren't chosen as a finalist, if you want some help figuring out how to bring in outside money or get a bank loan, or how to do a marketing plan, um, manufacturing questions, you are welcome to go to the Small Business Development Center website and sign up for no cost advising. And somebody in our office that specializes in whatever it is that you need is going to be there to help you. And again, that is for everyone. So whether you're chosen as a finalist or not, that is available to you. Okay, so questions on the applications. Again, the application deadline is April 17th. And when we did this the last time, we had some really good feedback as to how to make the application a bit more streamlined and easier to follow and prepare for. So I want to make sure that we have enough time to answer questions, get some feedback from you guys. So I'm going to stop my share. and open it up because I'd love to hear from you guys. Does that all make sense? And what are your thoughts, questions, ideas? So please feel free to unmute and fire away.
And I might ask the group another raise your hand question. Has everyone had a chance to take a look at the application, read through the questions, feel like they have a good understanding of the application so far?
Yes. Durham saying yes. Charlotte said no. Okay.
I had a question whenever you're ready.
Go for it.
This is Melissa. Did you guys, because I haven't looked at the application yet, did you want us in the application to say how we would use the funds if we were to win? Is that would probably be answered when I looked at the application, but
Yes, that is one of the questions. And
okay.
that is a big element of this, right? Will the $10,000 help move the needle? And if so, in what way?
Okay.
So,
And then the second question I had was, I'm doing this with my daughter as the co-owner of our store. So could we pitch it together if we were to move on, or would you just want one person?
no, you guys can both be up there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And visuals are great, you guys. If you're chosen to be a finalist, just keep in mind that visuals help a lot, right? Because a picture or whatever a thing is, like Melissa, maybe you and your daughter would bring an empty container. And of course, in your presentation, you'd have a picture of what it looks like to have the stuff stored in bulk and people come in and fill their own container, pay for it, etc. So things like that really help.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I actually had a question too.
Okay.
How many people normally submit applications?
Ooh, well, one year I think we had what was year number 2, Jason? We had an enormous amount.
So 2 years ago we had 50. Last year we explained the criteria, I think, a little better, and we had people gave people a better understanding of what the judging would be. So it actually decreased to 30. And I would guess that we'll see about that many this year. So it's competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of those 30, we have a team that kind of scores them based on the same score criteria that the judges will use for the final PitchFest. And then just, numerically, where do you score on this, on that, on that, on that? Then we tally up all the scores, and then the top 5 scorers get to advance to pitch on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
to see, if you're wondering, we explain it in here what we're judging for: the industry problem, company solution, your business model, your go-to-market plan, how well you understand the competition that you might have in your industry or your business, your team, where you are so far, or what they call traction, and then the impact of the prize on your business and on the community.
Yeah. Here's the good news. If 30 people applied, that is a lot less than a pitch competition in a big city. So you don't have as much in the way of competition. And there are a lot of competitions where you have to pay even just to apply. So we don't do that, which is good. And the night of the pitch competition, you guys, it's really fun, right? It's in the Granada Theater in the Dalles. There's food brought in. The food we had last year, I think we're going to get this year again. It was amazing. And there's an MC and like a run of the show. There's a bar. We try to get as many people in the audience as possible because it makes it a lot more fun. And hint, hint, If you have a lot of people in the audience, they're obviously going to vote for you for audience choice. So you can win some extra money that way. And yeah, it's just it's a pretty fun program. It also just gives you really good practice on explaining your business. And if any of you, let's say, did have to go raise outside money, you have to be able to explain your business in these terms, like what problem are you solving? How big is that problem? It does not cost anything for the audience to attend. Great question. So what is the problem that you're solving? How big is that problem? What is your solution? So what did you come up with that's the solution for that, right? And then who is your target market? How are you going to get to that target market? Who's your competition? How are you different or better than your competition, right? What do your financials look like? What are your forecasting look like? So this is really good practice. If anybody's nervous about being on stage, the thing that I tell people is I want you to practice. Like if you're chosen to be a finalist and you work with me and we polish up, this pitch, I'm going to have you or suggest to people that they practice on their spouse, their neighbor, their uncle, their dog, anyone who will listen that isn't a judge or in the audience, right? Because they're going to help you get the jitters out, but also they're going to hear you and like say, well, I don't really know what that means. And so sometimes that helps you explain more clearly what your business is. So, okay, any other questions? No question is a dumb question.
So I do have one. So, and again, the idea is just kind of coming into play, into practice. We're actually putting this into a physical product now.
Yeah.
I have not, and part of this process, I was hoping to learn a little bit about the patent process and how that works. I mean, is there any fear of the concept of the idea being taken at an event like this? The secret, the trade secrets, the secret recipes, or is this a pretty safe place?
I think it's pretty safe, but it's not safe.
I don't think so. I mean, I think that you wouldn't want to disclose anything on stage that you wouldn't want. I mean, it's not like we get press where this is covered in the New York Times, but you anything that's considered IP that's not public yet that you think is a trade secret or something like that, you would want to keep secret. You can allude to it, and that could be part of the allure in your pitch. But if your idea is that good and that unique, you might want to figure out how to lock that down in terms of whatever patents or copyrights or trademarks or whatever before you disclose it to the public. That's a different sort of problem. And we do, if we do know people, and the SBDC works like people like Caston, when they work one-on-one with clients, it's strictly confidential. So they could help you, guide you toward IP specialists, patent specialists, things like that. If your idea is truly not it's something that anyone else in the world is doing, that's pretty awesome. But there are ways to sneakily talk about your idea and how it's solving this problem without disclosing the specifics of the trade secret.
Yeah, because Troy, what you talked about earlier, you kind of explained that it helps move ladders around in orchards. That's enough right there, right? So the problem is it's hard to move ladders around in orchards. Our solution is we have found a way, and we are working on creating a patent or getting filing for a patent for our design. You don't have to actually talk about your design and how it works or anything like that, because the part that's going to be patentable in your business is either a design patent or usually it's design patent. Yeah, so somebody would actually have to take your device, big or small, whatever, and really pull it apart to see how it works. Right? So you can't just patent an idea of moving ladders better around in orchards. You're patenting whatever that device is that you're creating and inventing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, correct. And like I said, I'm in the phase of figuring that out, and I didn't know if through this process if there would be help in getting me over that finish line in that area, or if I just need to do my homework and get that tackled before this event. That was kind of my question. So I think I'm hearing the answer. So thank you.
Yeah, reach out to the SBDC there in the Columbia Gorge. And when you fill out the thing for a request for advising, put specifically that you'd like some help with getting your invention, your design filed for a patent. And they'll kind of give you to the right person. And that's no cost to you. So I would definitely take advantage of that. But there are workarounds. So don't let that hold you back from applying, because I can teach you what to say to not give away the secret sauce. Yeah, Melissa's question was, how long is the pitch? It's 7 minutes. It doesn't have to be the full 7 minutes, but that's the time allotment that you have, is up to 7 minutes. And then the question and answer from the judges is usually about 5 minutes. Is that right?
3 to 5.
Well, yeah.
And what sort of questions would they be asking?
Mm-hmm. So let's say somebody that's a judge has retail experience, and one of the things that you're trying to do with your business is grow to more locations or something. So if they might ask you, how do you intend to fund that growth? Or why would you want to open 3 new stores at a time when you could just open 1 at a time? Depends a little bit on what you're saying in your presentation. And then it goes by whatever the judge's expertise is in. That's usually, I've listened to the judges and been like, well, that's definitely the investor. Like, how am I going to make my money back? Right? An investor wants to know that part. Whereas somebody who's more of maybe an operations person, or a lawyer or a PR person, well, they might be questioning like, well, do you think you've allocated enough money for marketing? Things like that. How did you come up with these numbers, etc.?
Yeah, and I can add on to that a little bit. What I've seen, the questions are, they're always reflective of the 7-minute pitch that you gave. The asking for more information if something wasn't clear. Their softballs is too soft, and like they're not gotchas, but they are trying to like verify your information, like making sure that you know what you're talking about, asking for clarification if something is kind of vague. They really refine and make the pitch better and just highlight and give a little bit more information. So they're usually pretty thoughtful questions, and there's not a ton of them either. So it's not like you're grilled. There's usually time for 1 or 2 of them.
Again, no Mr. Wonderful. No one's going to be an ass to you. And if they are, they're not going to be a judge any longer.
In terms of the audience, so we can bring family and friends along with us. And how many people are typically there in the audience when they're with the 5 presenters?
Hopefully 10. No, I don't know. It really has varied. I've seen people bring 15 people. You can bring as many people as you want, as many people as you can get there, right?
It's free. The food is free. Yeah, pack the room. Last year we had about 110 people in the audience, but the place has space for a couple hundred. We'd love to pack it. That would be
so much more fun if it's packed.
Dream come true for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Melissa, did you have a question? You're on mute. You're still muted, Melissa. Sorry.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Can we post if we get to be a finalist on social media for like community members to come? Would that be appropriate or allowed?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Please do.
We would love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good question. Who's excited? Who's going to apply?
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlotte, did you have a question? No. Yes.
No, I was trying to do. We had to switch to my phone because something wasn't working earlier, and I was just had to adjust something.
No
But
worries. No worries.
I have a quick comment. This seems absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for doing this info session because it seemed kind of intimidating, but just being able to hear from you guys face to face and hearing more information. Yeah, we're really excited to apply.
That is very good feedback. We appreciate it. This is the first year that we've done this, so it's really good to hear that. And I do agree. I think, first of all, we've learned a lot from suggestions people have had and questions that they've had, because a lot of times that means something we're doing isn't clear, right? So we appreciate it so much, and it's really good to hear that it's helpful for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Yeah.
Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you. Good timing on all this. It's hitting perfectly. So good work.
Awesome.
Best of
Roy,
luck to
right.
all of you guys.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, you guys. We'll
Yeah,
see you all.
thanks.
We'll see your application.
Yeah, or see you at the event
Yes.
and
Even if
bring
you
your
aren't
friends.
chosen, show up to the event. First of all, it's super fun. And then next year, you can apply again. If you're not chosen as finalist, apply again. And you'll have it dialed, right? So
That's
Our
good
goal
advice.
is to do this every year, well into the future. So
mhm.
Yeah, so even though like I have a business front, so like the pitch is just to like expand marketing and get that, and that's like part of it. And so like for this thing is just for expansion.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
pitch that. That can be what you're going for. We had the year number 2, we had Swell Gelato, which is the doggy ice cream lady, and she has a huge business that was, up and running, and she was wanting money for a refrigeration system or air conditioning system. So yeah, whatever, if it's going to help you to make your business better, and that means an impact in the gorge, by all means.
Yeah, because I definitely feel like I have that like entrepreneurial spirit and like could like snowball into a different business idea. And would that be like a separate pitch
Yes,
for, yeah. Okay.
yes, you would want that to be different, separate.
it has to be a registered business. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't just be an idea.
what you're pitching is the business, not just yourself as an entrepreneur. Although that is a factor in the scoring, the team and the entrepreneurs themselves. But what's being pitched is the business idea and how it solves an industry problem, or what they found in startups is that the businesses that solve a problem are the most likely to be successful.
Yeah.
Who won last year and the year previous, and like what made them stand out from the others?
Good questions. Okay,
Yeah.
so last year, a lady from Antelope, Oregon. Have you guys ever heard of Antelope, Oregon? Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of southeast of where you guys are at, and there's really not much going on there. However, it is sort of infamous because the Rajneeshi back in the 80s had his cult there or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So there's a whole documentary on it. It's great. That's long done and gone. And this lady from Antelope, she bought the little store in town, and she also was gifted some of the A-frames that were still left over from Young Life, because Young Life took it over after the Rajneeshis. And so there were these cabins, and she was gifted several of them and started to renovate them and make them nice. She also has some RV spots. And the thing about Antelope is it's like the only dark sky like registered dark sky place on the West Coast. So dark sky is for people that go out and look at, study the stars and look at the stars. And so she gets a lot of visitors for that through Antelope. Cycle Oregon comes through there. It's the last stop before John Day. And so she was really trying to make this into a business, and she needed some money because she got a lot of grant money, but it wouldn't let her use that money for specific things like a website and so forth. And so she entered the competition, and here was the kicker. When she came in, there was not a single person in Antelope that had a full-time job within the city. I mean, if they had full-time jobs, they had to leave Antelope to do them. There were no full-time jobs and she was going to create jobs. And it was great. She applied the first 2 years and didn't even get chosen, and she was quite furious. And then she got a hold of me, and or I got a hold of her, and I figured out very quickly why she wasn't getting chosen when she put in her application. And it was because her wording was all around what the wording she used to get a grant, to get grants. To get grants is a very different process than winning pitch money or getting investment money. It is a completely different psychology, process, the wording that you're going to use. And so I was like, well, no wonder you were never chosen, because this didn't show up looking like a business. It showed up looking more like a not-for-profit type of a thing. And so we polished up her pitch. She got chosen and she won the whole damn thing. So that was really cool. Yeah, Jacob put a link in the chat. You can watch her video from last year. And then the year before that, a lady named Claire won it. And she put together a training program for schools, grade schools, right? So kindergarten through about third grade. And this training trained kids how to deal with traumatic events that would be happening on school grounds. So you can imagine in this day and age, there's obviously active shooter situations, right? There are also things like wildfires out in the gorge. That's a big problem. There is, wild animals, maybe a parent that's not supposed to be on, non-custodial parent coming on. Well, when they have these lockdowns, it's very traumatizing to the real littles. And there was never a training to help the littles feel empowered during that and not completely scarred and freaking out. And so she put that together, and she was already up and running in business, was doing it. And she brought the books that she had created, the stuffed animals that she uses when she goes into the schools. She had some testimonials and credibility from the customers that she already was servicing. So she won in year number 2. And year number 1, I wasn't involved yet, so I don't know who won year number 1.
It was the workshop in the Dalles. I just put.
Yes, Lindsay.
Correct.
Yes, Lindsay. Yeah, that's a great business. Yeah. So really wide variety there. And we get everybody from technology, drone things, to, well, doggy ice cream, right? And everything in between. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
And no, thank you.
Yeah. anything else? If you guys check out the chat, I know Jason and Jacob have both been putting links to the past winners that I was talking about in there if you want to go see their businesses. All right, well, if there's nothing else, we'll let you guys go and go fill out those applications.
Charlotte, do you have another question?
Sorry, I opened the chat and then I couldn't get it closed in time. Is there anywhere we can access the slides that you guys were showing earlier after this?
You bet. Yeah, I'll send them to Jacob and he can send them out to you guys. Good question.
Okay.
Happy to do that.
Yeah, I can upload the
Okay.
webs them to the Mid-Columbia Innovation Hub website, midcolumbiainnovationhub.org. There's PitchFest. I'm going to try to compose. We had an earlier info session a couple weeks ago. Any questions that were answered there, questions that were answered here, try to make sense of a Q&A. We'll have video recordings of that session and this session, and then I can put the slides up there too.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. We're trying to make this as easy and not intimidating as possible. Yeah. All right. Jason,
Yeah.
Jacob, you guys have anything else? Troy, did you have anything?
Troy came off mute.
I just wanted to say thank you guys. I appreciate it. Definitely informative, and looking forward to see what happens.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Hope y'all have a great night.
You too.
See you guys at the Granada.
Yes.
Okay.
Generate by AI.